something does happen to the magnets, or if one of us is taking our vehicle out, we can just stick a magnet on it. There's Broy. Do you want to
Yeah,
call us?
I'll go ahead and call it to order then.
Okay,
I hate to do that without her here, but
I do too.
okay, minutes. Last meeting, do we like those? Everybody approve of those?
I make a motion to approve.
Okay.
You make it this fast, don't you, Linda?
Now it's yours. Miss
Oh, it's
Lena.
already,
Already down to you.
it's already.
I told you, I designed it to be a short meeting.
That's wonderful. My dear, can you just pass this around,
Mhm.
please? And then I'll just- This one is the state. So, okay. Let's look at your list. And this is as of 11/30/2022. Okay. Cash and checking is $968,396.34. I thought you said Jenny.
No, I was putting stuff in the pile.
Okay, business money market is $504,756.16. Community trust CD is $103,887.19. And petty cash is $954.59. They total the taxes receivable, which is 1,599,193.28. So we need to deduct that 21. Vicky, can you just do that for us?
Yeah.
Okay. And Vicky will give us a total. And now for the for our state account, we have current assets, how come it's car fund, cash in
51.
bank, 51,605.69. Okay, so we add that up and let's wait, but Vicky says my phone won't give me anything. What's our total? I cannot-
be right. Well, maybe
See, I cannot even
seven
get
hundred
it.
$57,599.97.
That's not right.
That's not right. It has to be in the
Yeah, I
million.
know. Okay, let's try that again.
That's what I did. I tried it 3 times on my phone and it won't go, so. Oh, thank you H for this one. Coffee's good. We should have a calculator. I used to bring one, but I left.
Well, they're on the phone. You don't need to bring one. no
But
more.
it won't let me do it, right? Something is wrong with this one. It's just like me, dumb.
Okay, it's still
You're
coming
far
up to
from
that.
that.
Mhm.
$1,629,599.97.
Okay, 1,600,000.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know why mine's not doing
One
that.
629
Uh-huh,
599.97.
okay, there you go, for a total of 1,629,599.27. Thank
That's
you.
my problem. I missed a number.
Okay, so that's the treasurer's
Never mind,
report.
That's my problem.
Okay, need a motion
Motion.
to accept treasure report,
I make a motion.
to accept your own report.
Except I guess, I don't know, that might not. that
I don't know
might be
why you
illegal.
can't. I mean, it's not like you
Yeah,
prepared it.
Yeah, and there's all of you there who. Totally. Okay, we're good.
So you seconded?
Yes.
Okay.
Director.
Director's
Your
financial
turn.
report.
Your-
You guys,
your
I passed one, I passed them out. It's this sideways one. This one.
Mhm.
Okay, so I got the sheriff's property tax for, it was actually October. It came at the end of November and I deposited it in December, was $177,277.06. And then we got clerk delinquent tax was $1,667.20. Clerk's ad valorem was 600, that's wrong, $826.19. And then we got the November property tax was $26,615.74. Then we took in $1,283.42 of donations. And we got $14.81 through Square for a total deposits of $213,684.42. And we made some purchases. Our Thanksgiving lunch for the last meeting was $102.38. And then we bought Little Caesars for a program, and that was $44.95. And I ordered a new Square reader and dock because the old one wasn't working anymore. And that was $82.68. This is the kind that you can tap or insert the card. So it's got a chip reader. I mailed packets and bought a few books of stamps, and that was $56.40. And then I got the signs. I got 4 magnetic signs from CNC Signs over in Mayking, and that was $72. And I bought from Walmart, we bought some programming supplies and first aid supplies. We reloaded the first aid box, and that was $95.74. And then we bought some more programming stuff, and that was $98.90. So I've spent $553.05. Anybody have questions? No? Okay. Somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I say, oh, go ahead.
Doesn't matter.
There's just a
As long
three
as
of
it's
us.
seconded.
So it will be an alternate. between
Just
H and-
pick a name.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Okay, and then
Vouchers.
I've got vouchers. I did get a couple of, mine is outrageous this time because of the elevator deposit, and I got the third or the final invoice from Lewis Brothers for the Jenkins stuff, the door and the deck. And then I got the difference of the Hanover insurance for the vehicle. And I added those on here. The Lewis Brothers was $11,000 and the Hanover insurance difference was $197.17, which brought my invoices up to $56,591.97. And I don't think they've ever been that high before.
So you have the receipts to go with it? I mean, well, you give it to Wayne or something.
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
the director's financial cover sheet is over
Mhm.
there, and I've clipped receipts to it.
So these are all, okay.
Those are the invoices.
Oh, for the, okay. Are we done with Jenkins then, with Brian's
Yes.
final?
Mhm.
So we're all done with Jenkins project, right?
Mhm.
So now we can just concentrate now on Black. I guess will be the first one to
Um,
finish before
Yeah,
Neon.
neon's gonna take a while.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
that's what I was thinking.
I'm probably gonna have meetings with Susanna starting in January, because I can't imagine we're gonna try and squeeze any meetings in the next week and a half.
Mhm.
But I'm waiting for them to give me the contract, and they said I can sign it, or one of you guys can sign it. So as soon as I get the contract from them, and it's probably going to come in email, then I'll sign it, and we'll start talking estimates and prices. They did request that I write and send them an email, basically hiring them for the job
Mhm.
with an estimate of what we expect to pay, or what we think it might cost, and our estimated date for being finished. And I let them know that these are very basic numbers, that I expect Blackie to cost less than
Mhm.
Oh, it should.
the amount that I sent them.
It should.
And
Thanks.
well, I was going by what Chris Chris.
Chris Bishop.
Bi-
He is
yes,
the
Bishop.
building
From KDLA.
from department level.
Yeah, he's their construction guy. He's actually a regional now, but he's got so many years of construction experience that he's their go-to for construction questions. And he said I should look at spending roughly $200 per square foot. And that was gonna put us at like $300,000 for Blackie. So I made it less. I told them 200,000, but we were actually expecting to spend less because it's not, we don't have to do the
Wow.
whole
Yeah, that's what-
space.
that's
We're
what I
doing
was
half
about
the
to-
wall.
Yeah.
They'll,
But that's about the average cost, $20 square foot.
yeah,
Um,
and I put,
But that's the inside, just the,
yeah.
oh, I
It
know
doesn't-
about
it doesn't
black
make it- It
inside.
doesn't make any
outside.
difference. If it's construction, it's usually $20 a square foot.
$200
200.
a square foot. And that was since we weren't doing any outside work on it. But you know, these are not set in stone prices or amounts. These are
Estimates.
jumping off places. And I'm sure once Susanna sees the space, she's gonna be like, you're right, this is not gonna cost $200,000.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
neon?
no.
No, Blackie.
Oh, Blackie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Neon's amount was higher
Well, it's gonna be higher.
It
You're
got
gonna
to be
have to
higher.
do the
because
whole
we have to
building
do the
again.
whole thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I rounded up a little on that one. I put that one at $800,000.
wow.
Um,
You're
I
probably
wonder
gonna have
how
to do a
much-
little bit of outside work.
The
Not a whole lot-
windows.
Not a whole lot.
the window,
Yeah,
and we'll
yeah.
have to redo the flower beds
The landscaping, yeah.
and the
Landscaping
sign
is
on the
easy.
front of the building, well, on the wall, the one that says Fleming Neon
Yeah.
Public Library, it's missing letters.
Oh, is it? I
Yeah,
had-
well,
So
that
we'll
one
have to
is-
redo
yeah.
the sign.
But there's a little bit of outside work,
Yeah,
but
I
not that
mean,
much.
it's not bad.
It's gonna be
and-
all inside.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's most, the
And
bathroom, the kitchen.
both,
yeah.
all three bathrooms.
Mhm.
But we're gonna do a walkthrough at some point, and then we'll start jumping right in.
So
So
are we going to, well, the vouchers first, do you
Yeah.
want to make a
somebody make a motion?
motion?
I'll make a
Before we,
motion. to accept
because
the
we're
voucher.
discussing the new building.
Somebody want a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Uh,
Opposed?
So
Thank you.
anyway,
Yes.
you're
Everything
going
depends
to
on
do
what
a
forces
walk-in
up.
then with Susan for, we're talking now. just
Yeah,
me,
Building,
right?
building
project.
projects is next, so go ahead.
Yeah, we'll have to, she wants, I'm gonna let her borrow the plans that we have for the buildings, so she can take them and make copies.
Mhm.
Hey,
uh,
spraying for bugs.
Yeah, you know,
Um,
that's what I was thinking. Well, we already hired them, right? We're
Yes.
gonna
Yeah,
do
they're
a
hired.
contract.
Yeah,
So it's going to be really a new ball game because if we wanted to retain the old, everything, the everything was there. The measurements, the materials, everything, but of course, we decided to go a new route. But that's the way it goes, I guess. I get
Well, you're
excited.
gonna
about it.
redo some of the inside too, aren't you?
Yes.
And make
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
give
yeah.
you
Yeah.
Space that you didn't utilize.
yes, and we're gonna reimagine some of it. I'm hoping for calmer colors.
Mhm.
I like using Fleming Neon's colors, but I don't think we need to have
What is their color anyway?
purple
and gold.
and
Purple.
mustard yellow.
It's supposed to be old gold is what it's
Gold.
supposed to
Yeah,
be.
I don't mind
But it
using
doesn't
like,
come out that way a lot of
no,
times.
it doesn't. I don't
Yeah.
mind using like a light goldy yellow color, something bright, but not like so in your face. That,
Well, don't do it
Not
on
Yeah.
all the walls, just
not
make it,
fluorescent.
no,
just do it.
I
on
want
a-
it to be a nice, peaceful, calm place where people
Do an
can,
accent wall with that.
Yeah.
and Use purple as your main.
like a lavender. Well, we were looking at,
Purple.
we were looking at maybe pulling some of the colors into the flooring where they've got that one
That would work.
flooring that looks like carpet, but is like plastic.
Yeah,
So
that was pretty cool.
we'll look in at that. I haven't made any decisions, and you guys get a say in all the stuff too. So we're in limbo until I have the meetings with Susanna.
What's the timeline for completion?
Well, they asked me and I said I'd like to have Blackie done by April. And I'd like to have Neon done by July or August, but I know that those are dates that we can plan for. But with supply chain issues,
I'm gonna make a suggestion.
yes,
Since you said July or August on Neon,
love to have.
they did was it the groundbreaking on September the 11th? That's the day that they did the groundbreaking. Am I right, Robert? Because it was the same
What's
day
it-
as the
what's
fire
it?
department,
Huh,
September the 11th.
we can-
19 what?
1913,
Not,
2013.
Yeah.
2013?
We can,
I mean, that would be neat to do it the
Yeah,
same,
that
do
would
an
be
open
nice.
house or whatever that
That
same
would
day.
be
Grand
really
reopening.
nice.
Show that Neon's rebuilding.
Yeah,
yeah,
I like that idea.
do
Linda.
a groundbreaking,
well, no, just
No,
do
just do
open
the-
house or
the
something.
grand
It's
reopening.
that
Yeah.
mean the final opening.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
Well, no, we're talking, I've been talking about having a big party when we can
Wh-
reopen
what's the
anyway.
day- What's the date? of that? What date was it?
September the 11th.
Oh, my goodness, I don't
So
even
it's not
remember.
it's not hard to forget.
Mhm. Yeah,
Oh, no,
Yeah.
that
Well-
would be a neat idea.
that
We'll
would be the
we'll pick a
same
day when we get close to
Yeah,
done. I mean, I'd love to open August 1st, 2023, or
you could still have your big opening on the 11th, even
Mhm.
if you opened the
Yeah.
doors.
Sounds good.
Have a party
we
planned.
gotta
Mhm.
hope the supply chain
That's
works.
a factor too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's what I've got on building projects. I'm sure as we get going, I'll have more information, more updates.
okay. How far are we with Blackie? They still have to present their plan, right?
Yeah, we
The
haven't
design,
We haven't
so
done anything
Yeah,
yet.
it's just
Yeah, it's-
just the stone that's
Just the
complete.
outside
That's the
stuff.
outside painting. that's
Oh,
it.
yeah, Blackie,
all the painting's complete.
the painting is done. They repainted the letters on the back side because the letters
Mhm.
were gonna look shabby next
So
to
we
the
so we
the
already
fresh
have. Okay.
painting. Brian said he's putting the door in next week. The new emergency exit, and he's gonna take out the stairs and put in the internal door all at the same time. So if not next week, maybe the week after.
So what's like the target date for it to finish? Is there a target
They
date?
actually haven't given me a target date on that one,
Mhm.
on the current project. What's happening now that was planned before the flood.
Yeah, okay.
It's just when they get stuff in and get it completed.
But we still have to do the bidding too, when the architect designs it. We still are not in there, really. The inside.
Oh, I was talking about the previous project. We haven't even started the inside.
That's right.
repairing
That's what
the
I'm
flood.
saying.
Right,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay, so.
This is really two projects.
yes,
Mhm,
Outside and
mhm,
inside.
mhm, mhm.
3, technically. There was the project we started before the flood, repairing emergency stuff.
Exits, yeah.
And then the coming back from the flood stuff. So,
Well, in a way, it's a blessing that the flood started. I mean, we had it before we completed the things that were
Yeah,
inside. So
yeah.
I guess that was a blessing. Otherwise, here we renovated it, did all these windows, and then the flood came.
Yeah.
So,
But that, the thing in the river really saved it. I
yeah,
noticed
yeah,
above
yeah,
and
that's
above
right.
all.
the riprap rock,
It really,
yeah.
really helped, because
and
the
we have,
church behind, next, on the other side is really eating out a whole, since the flood. They lost about 4 or 5 feet of,
really,
bank.
how about the senior citizen beside the library? Did they
it's still
do?
up there where they're gonna.
Was it damaged?
Oh,
It
yes.
very
Yeah,
much?
it was flooded inside too. Like
So
they
it
they
also
took,
needs,
And
they
they're trying
pulled-
to determine whether it's gonna be replaced or.
Yeah, they pulled all the
Wow,
furniture out and
wow,
cleaned
wow,
it.
wow.
I was there one of the days they were working on. Were you there working on it?
Mm.
I know,
Really?
I know some of the
Yeah.
people that were there.
Were they able to save any of those, Alita? If
Um,
you saw them do that?
They got the furniture and they cleaned it, but it was all,
Chairs and the table.
yeah, the chairs and tables, it was metal and
the-
plastic.
So if it's metal and plastic, that's what I was gonna ask, wood you probably couldn't use.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true, that's true. Or
I'm
cushions.
not even a
We
fan
had-
of saving plastic
We
because
threw everything away at the church, everything.
we-
Just-
we've thrown everything away at Fleming Yon because I can't in good conscience, well, I left the book carts and I think I'm gonna try and save the
You
book
can
carts.
probably power wash them and
Yeah.
get them cleaned up.
But I don't want people, especially kids, to come in and use stuff that we saved and then get sick.
We, at the church, we power washed all of our, our cleaning tables. And
Mhm.
they
Were
were
you were able to
good.
save them?
We were able to, but when every time you open them, new mud falls out.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
it's gonna fall out forever, probably.
You know, the furnitures that we use in Neon were recyclables. That's one of the things that we kind of
Seems
emphasize.
like I remember
The
that.
chairs were
Yeah.
all recyclable, from caps of soft drinks.
Pop bottles.
Pop bottles, almost everything there, even the chairs, almost everything was recyclable. The belts, the heavy plastic chairs, they were all from recyclable. So I guess, but when the flood came, there goes the recycling. So we were not able
Well,
to. save them.
plastic, it could probably absorb
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
But they were
Yeah.
all.
Metal would be your
Yeah, that was
only-
one of the maybe notable character of that library is there almost all of it was recyclable. I don't know what the new architect will say or whatever, but this one was an idea of the one we bought the furnitures from. Are they still in business?
Only Libraries is now, I mean, they're still open. They just have a different name. It's
That was her vision.
something
Yeah,
spaces,
that was her-
collective spaces.
Oh, really? So
Yeah,
that
and they're
was her
still in business
suggestion.
and
Oh, okay.
I can tell Susanna that we want to do business with them
Mhm,
because
if you
I
want to, yeah.
definitely, they've been really helpful to me. When I had to give the insurance company a list of the furniture,
Mhm, mhm,
they went and
mhm.
found a list
Yeah. yeah,
from
yeah. They
their
have-
records.
I'm sure they all, we
So,
all have them.
Yeah. When we get going and I have meetings with Susanna, I'll definitely keep you guys up to date. I might start just sending you like update emails.
Chats or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Outreach, I guess we're going on to the outreach vehicle.
Oh my goodness.
You were
guys-
excited.
It was crazy. I had a conversation with the librarian at the high school. Her name is Sherry. And she was telling me how she and her husband really loved their Toyota van that they had. And it lasted a good long time, and she was giving it to us if she hadn't just sold it last year. So after that conversation, I started looking at Toyota vans. And Toyota, I looked at the one in Moorhead and the one in Richmond, and nobody had anything. And then I looked at Toyota on Nicholasville, and they had 4 of these black Sienna vans. And I called the guy, and it turns out they had been like loaner vans for people that brought their cars in to have them worked on. So all of them had roughly 40,000 miles. All of them were somewhere around $30,000 to $35,000. I told him what we were doing. They sold us, I think it was one of the vans that had the least amount of mileage on it, for $29,999.99.
Oh, wow.
They brought us the van, and they've sent me an email to check on us to make sure everything's okay with the van.
So they brought it. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it all happened in like 24 hours. It was amazing. And then as soon as it got here, I called the Hanover and got insurance on it. And then I drove it around all day. And I got sick. Because, you know, it's one of those things where your body has one less thing to worry about. So, or I had one less thing to worry about. So my body was like, oh, I can relax now. And then I got sick. But
Were you sick from driving or just sick
No.
from stress?
stress and allergies, and I'm
Okay,
getting
okay.
over it now. But the van is here. It's probably out back.
Is he driving it already? Did he go around? it?
Yeah, I took it around to the different branches the Thursday it came. And then Roy's headed around to the branches and to see patrons.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes. And I know they're really happy to have him coming back around
Mhm.
because, you
I'm
know,
sure they are.
I'm sure.
if he's
they
not
are.
visiting them, they
Little
don't have a
Bear
way to
was.
get books.
She was thrilled.
Who was?
Little Bear.
Oh, yeah.
It's wonderful.
So I'm pretty
We have all
pleased.
kinds of stories about bookmobiles. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Bookmobile librarians with husbands getting jealous for for their wives going inside a bookmobile in their nightgowns. Oh my God.
They would go in the bookmobile in their
In
nightgowns?
their nightgowns. And so
Okay.
Husband had a reason to be jealous.
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
will-
saying.
I will admit to wearing pajamas to Walmart, but
Oh my
usually it's like
gosh.
pajama pants with a sweatshirt. I've never gone out in my nightgown.
Well, they bring kids to school with nightgowns and stuff. One lady had a flat.
Well,
There was-
last Wednesday was pajama day at the school.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Polar Express, yeah. And there was, you know, the famous story of Bonnie with kittens in her car. And the
Kittens?
owner just said, you took my mommy cat. And she said, I did not get your mommy cat. So it was just bantering back and forth. And before she knew it, the mommy cat had the kittens in the car, had the babies in the van. So I said, that the lady is right, but I didn't take him.
Not
So-
on purpose.
Did the mommy climb into her car?
I guess in the back,
They must
in the
have known.
bookmobile. in the
They mu-
bookmobile.
That cat must have known.
Oh, I said those are the really funny stories. Oh God, that was a funny story. And there was another bookmobile librarian. He was a quiet, good guy, would hardly say a thing. And suddenly one Christmas party, he just won't quit talking and then they realized that somebody gave him bourbon candies. No wonder
Oh,
they said,
no.
oh my gosh, they said, we
Yeah, I think some people got that way off mine this year.
It's a
So-
funny story, but anyway, I debated, but those are just
So
bookmobile stories.
it's here. You guys are welcome to go out and look at it if it's still here when we're done with our meeting. It drives like a dream. Like my dad always said, it was better to have a car that drove 50 and felt like you were going 70 than to have a car that drove 70 and felt like you were going 50. It speeds real easy.
That's my complaint with Daniel's new car.
That is a neat,
but
that's
It
neat.
drives nice. The middle row of seats comes out if we need to. The back row folds down if we need to. We ordered crates so Roy can carry stuff around.
Mhm.
So he can put his bags for the different patrons in crates. We're actually talking about ordering some canvas bags so that he doesn't have to keep giving them plastic bags. He can,
Yeah, that's a neat idea.
yeah.
That's a
Um,
neat idea.
So that's what's going on with the outreach
Yeah,
vehicle.
If you could maybe even have them Letcher County Public Library.
Oh,
or
yeah,
something,
we're
you know.
talking, we were looking for the rest of those red shopping bags that we got that had the logo.
Mhm, mhm.
They're in the building somewhere.
I hope they
But,
didn't
you'll run
get
across
flooded.
them.
We'll find them when we don't need them anymore.
Yeah, you'll find them.
So
You'll find it.
we might order some
Kind of
more.
like a second set
That's
of car
good, that's
keys.
good, that's
I
Or
good.
we
can't find
might-
them.
We might do cricket on a few like smaller canvas bags that we pick up at like Hobby Lobby or
That's
someplace.
funny. Yeah, you need
Yeah.
small bags too. I'd say for pocketbooks, you know, and big ones
Yeah.
for, oh, that's a good idea. My next, does he need magazines? New magazines like People, Vanity Fair? I've got a lot and they're current.
Oh, well, if you wanted to bring us magazines, I don't think any of his patrons ask for them, but we've
Mhm.
been
They're
putting them
free.
on the free carts.
Mhm.
Like we've been putting them back here and on the cart and people have been taking them.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
So if you wanted
We
to
do
bring
that
them,
Blackie, but,
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Because people, they like to read magazines,
Oh, yeah.
especially
Yeah.
arts
Well,
and crafts,
a lot of
gardening.
the teachers have projects that they have to cut out pictures and stuff like that.
That's the
We
one
We
thing
used to
too, yeah.
do refrigerator magnets from magazines. They're just those glass half marbles that you get in the
Mhm.
craft place. And you
I'll get them
find a
ready.
picture
I'll bring
and-
them to him.
So there's that elevator repair / modernization. The deposits in my invoice list. I'm gonna call Breedings or Appalachian and see how much it's gonna cost for them to do a split, mini split in there for climate control in the
Shaft.
no, it actually goes in the little mechanical room next to the elevator. And then I'll look at the list that they
They
gave
need,
me
uh-huh.
and see what else we need to do. And he said we'll have time because they have to order the stuff.
Mhm.
And between when they order it and when it arrives and when they bring it here, we can get all the things we need to done.
Did you know, Alita, that there was a grant that you could do for elevators? Because Mr. Carter used to tell me that, said, have you written her? I said, yep. Have you ever been awarded? I said, 100%. So he said, why don't you do one for the elevator? He said, just to make it handicap and just kind of look if you could
I'll
find
look.
something.
I
Yeah.
will look. I'm not sure we can do a grant since FEMA's supposed to pay for some
Oh,
of
I
it.
see. Okay, FEMA pays for it then. no, you
They're not
said
paying
that.
for all of it,
That's
but
later.
And they
Later,
they
yeah.
won't pay until you've completely paid your bill.
right.
Oh, okay.
They don't.
If the FEMA is
You have
paying
to
for it,
send
that's
them, you have to
wonderful.
send them the invoice and
Yes. And I
believe
know,
me.
that one of the groups that is doing these meetings with us and FEMA, they take things a step farther, like to help make them handicapped accessible
Mhm.
or environmentally friendly or all the other things that we can to upgrade. And I don't remember which group it is, but I'll look for elevator
Yeah,
grants and see what we
But
can
if
do.
FEMA's
That'd be
paying
fine.
it, yeah.
And I think we're kind of limited on what we can do with this elevator because it is in such a tight space.
Mhm.
I know we
I can
can't,
imagine. So,
yeah, I know we can't open it up to the back of the building, which is what people keep asking me for. I'm like, we can't do
We
that.
can't. Yeah, it's.
It's
small.
not structurally
Yeah.
feasible.
Okay, sounds good, sounds good.
So that's what's going on with the elevator. I imagine things are gonna get start rolling once the holidays are past.
And I think what's delaying us all, I have a plumber for 2 months, hasn't come, is this flood situation.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah.
needed everywhere.
yeah.
There's not enough hands.
Exactly,
Mm-mm.
You can't get a carpenter or plumber.
Mm-mm.
exactly. My plumber, it's been 2 months.
I've been trying to get a
So I
ramp
was-
built
yeah.
forever.
So I was able to get somebody.
Try to
else
buy
that he could do.
concrete blocks.
Oh, but you can't right now because everybody's having to raise their houses.
Yeah,
That
you can
one
get them
too.
in Lexington for, I think it's like $200.
Really?
Hall bill.
Yeah, they're
plus the
Concrete blocks,
well,
cinder
cinder
blocks.
block. See,
Oh,
they
Like a
have
pallet of them.
they're having to raise their houses, I
Oh,
think,
yeah,
6 or
yeah,
8
yeah, yeah.
blocks.
Up.
If they rebuild,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
they have to raise the house.
Yeah, but cinder blocks won't. I mean, flood water is gonna take those, even if your house is sitting on
Depends on the forest, depends.
Mhm.
it. Yeah.
If you go to Myrtle Beach in Marl's Inlet, we love to just look. All of the houses are way up
On
stilts.
stilts.
on stilts. And I said, and why do
Yeah.
you? I didn't realize it until you see all these floods and just
Yeah.
look at Florida. That's why there's so much damage too. It's just too much.
Okay.
Moving right along.
Moving right along,
Okay,
new
okay, so
business.
that's it.
Linda's seat on the
My seat.
board.
Is it a conflict of interest, Linda? That
That's,
It is as soon as she takes office on
Linda
the
now.
board, the
Well, But I think you might become the next mayor. So
No,
that's a step.
no,
stepping
I don't
back.
want that headache.
I said it before, I'm gonna keep saying it. I think the city of Neon needs you.
Yeah, yeah, they really do, Linda.
I hope I can do a good job.
I
I'm
think
I'm
you
certain that you
could.
will. And Linda gave us two names, Linda Cantrell and Cheryl Hawkins.
Cheryl Hawkins is
Jeff's wife.
Jeff's wife. Okay.
Yeah, they're opening up a coffee shop.
Yes,
Is that
January
right?
1st.
So if you guys are okay with those names.
Yeah, I'm okay with them. Who's the other one?
Linda Cantrell.
Do I? Maybe I know her if I see.
six-
Okay.
She ran for mayor and didn't
Okay.
and lost.
I liked her a lot.
Yeah, she didn't win
Okay.
it.
So we'll do that.
Yep. Somebody want to make a motion?
I'm all right with that. I don't know with age. Linda made the suggestion, so I make a motion to,
Yes, a second.
yeah, to recommend those two names.
I think Cheryl really wants it.
I would be happy to have either of them. I've
Yeah,
had
I know
conversations
that
with both of
Cheryl
them.
Same thing here. same
Really,
thing
really
here.
wants it.
Okay.
So
And she was a
depending-
literacy.
Now,
That's
there
what
you
she,
go.
in teacher, she was literacy. It's what,
And Jeff is also a
yeah.
good
yeah.
library supporter.
depending on the outcome of my meeting with Terry, I'm supposed to have a meeting with him sometime this week, maybe next, to find out what he wants to do about SB 167. Either way, like if they take over the nominating of board members, we still get to nominate in the first round.
We could
So-
recommend.
Yes. The difference would be if they decide that they don't want to do it the way we have in the past, we would nominate the first round. They can decide or say, no, we don't like these two. KDLA would nominate in the second round and they would come to us for suggestions. And the fiscal court can say, no, we don't like these two. And at that point, that's when they can just choose somebody. But if they decide not to take over the process, then it would be as it has
As it
been.
has been.
You know, there was just one instance. I remember that since I was the director here, the court,
Mhm.
both names we gave, they got declined, objected, no, get another name. So that was just one time. And since
Oh,
then,
weird.
every nomination we brought to them, they went on a votation, but just two names that they didn't
But I had
like.
her number, Linda's number.
You gave it to me.
Oh, okay. Did I give you Cheryl's?
Yes.
Okay.
And once I talk to Terry and find out what he wants to do, then I will call them and make sure that
They
that
really
they're
want to.
okay
Mhm,
with me putting them in.
He's got so much on his plate, he may not do that.
They may
this year.
not even want to bother.
They may not.
Yeah.
They've
I
got
mean,
so
they-
much on their plate.
They haven't complained about anybody that we've brought forward. Not as I would consider it a complaint. So, and I think we're doing pretty good.
The best thing here is just to have a good relationship with the
Mhm.
fiscal court.
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah, we try, and all these board members here
Yes.
are good friends with magistrates and Terry, so that counts a lot.
Yeah, I don't like Lena, but I'll work with her.
Oh,
sweet
no,
thing I
don't
cook
don't
for you.
start stuff, H. Please don't start stuff.
He loves me.
Okay, so you guys made a motion and once I talk to Terry, as long as, I mean, either way, I'll still nominate put in these two nominees after I talk to them. The last thing I have in new business is the Steel Reese grant. Amy Olson, who is child and family programming at KDLA. We had we had a Zoom conversation and we're going to do a Steel Reese grant application to replace all the public computers in the library system and the 2 AWE computers at Fleming Neon.
We have a good experience at Steel Reese. All
Yes.
those computers that were there,
What's gonna
Yes.
happen
we
to
get
them?
approved.
Well, they were flooded. Well, the old ones that were at
still.
Neon were flooded,
Okay.
along with those AWE computers. And the new ones that were at Neon were flooded.
Wow, yeah, that one
Yeah,
was just
um,
rough. They were
The
brand new.
ones that are in the public computers here, we'd actually offer them up to other nonprofits in the area. But usually by the time we're getting rid of computers, they're
Surplus.
pretty old.
Yeah, that's true, that's,
Um,
so,
we can also offer them to employees and other people that live in the county.
so is that now the new one you were going to do is just get KDLA for all the public libraries in the state to go by steel reels? Is that the way you said it?
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
you said it's statewide. You said it's
Steel-
statewide.
Oh, no,
No
this is
grant.
just us.
Oh, this is just.
Yes, yeah. Amy Olson, who is helping the people applying for Steel Reese, said that they are interested in people in libraries that were affected by the flood, that are in the flood zone, the flood counties. They're interested in those counties specifically applying for Steel Reese grants. Amy is actually going to help us fill out the application. And she's done some research on like how computers help children in not impoverished, but not as wealthy areas with their schoolwork and all kinds of research. And she also thinks that it's going to be helpful that the computers that were originally in that building, that were still in the building, came from a Steel Reese grant.
Yeah, the file is still there. If you
Mhm.
go to look at it,
It is,
it's still there.
it's in there.
And we got, how much? 18,000 for those computers from Greece.
Well, this year we can, the highest amount we can apply for is $50,000.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Hit for that one.
Go for that.
Well,
We're gonna replace a whole lot of
If we're
I love
computers.
replacing
that.
all the computers
I
and
love
I
that.
want to, I want to get the kind that we just purchased from Dell, the big Optiplex all-in-ones with the monitor that will tilt out and spin sideways so you can look at it long way.
I love
like
that.
can
Yeah,
look at it
like-
portrait instead of landscape. So that's what's going on with Steel Reese grants. And I think we have until March to apply.
I love Steel Reese. The lady who's in charge of it is from Letcher County. It is from Fayette County and
Oh.
very familiar to Letcher County because she
Okay.
was the one who wrote all the stories about the death of, what was it? The lawyer, the magnate or whoever, the culprit, the doctor who was robbed,
Dr.
Oh.
Acker.
Dr. Ackers. She was the one who wrote the article on that one in the Herald, Lexington Herald. So she's familiar with this area and she's also familiar with Letcher County. So I
Nice.
think she did that consideration on us. Well, I know that we did a good grant, but she knows that we really needed it.
Yeah.
But she was
Yeah.
from this county. And I hope she's still the head of Steel Reese. Steel Reese is an organization where it's a rich couple who don't have children.
Right.
And so they are giving away
I wonder if
this
they'd
money.
adopt me.
It's in North Carolina. They are in North Carolina. And they want to give it to schools, libraries, anything that has social, that works for social. And so
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
they specifically
Mhm,
fund projects that deal with helping to educate children.
mhm, yeah.
So
So, and I think
Sounds good.
he's maybe still rich. They were both rich, wife and husband. They were all in the banking business. They are with Morgan, big names. So when they died, they didn't have any children. So they said, okay, let's set up this
Set
fund.
up a fund.
And it has been going on. Also help. I think they also do some for help.
Okay, I've got, a-
yes,
on new business, I've got an idea.
okay.
I would like for the librarians to be here during our meeting, instead of having a written, little written page,
Report.
just to tell us you know, how they're doing. And so they can converse with each other and
Know who the board is.
yeah, and two, we can talk with them and say, okay, Legina, what, you know, how's it going? What do you need? And actually have an interaction with different people. Cause it's like family. And I think the more we're familiar with them,
Yeah.
uh,
Can we rotate who comes or, because I'm imagining marathon meetings if we have them all here all at
well,
once.
give them 5 minutes. So you got 5 minutes, you know, question, answer. Because if you read that, you can read what they're going to say in 5 minutes. But I think the interaction between them. What do you, that's an idea, I think. Because I
can
hardly
see
ever
the
see
good.
Regina, and I don't go to Jenkins. And I know Blackie because I go there just about 3 times, 4 times a week.
You're the postmaster. I heard you're the one who deliver, pick up the
Yeah.
mail.
And donuts.
And donuts?
And
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, they can. I got them spoiled rotten.
Yeah.
But, you know, I just think it'd be more, I know in Farm Bureau, we have regional, our different presidents come in and we talk. I've got some real good ideas from, well, like this past, since the flood, met with a president and we gave $3,000. We went to the family resource centers and got numbers. I have no idea who number 14 was, but it was a girl. She wore a size 7 shoe, 3 pants, and so on and so on. And so we got each kid something, and we bought $3,000 worth of stuff for them. And I had no idea that you know, that some of the other, I got that from, I think it's Breathitt County. And but I just think, you know, we could come up with, because I'm sure these people have some ideas and we have some ideas, and if we communicate, more we communicate, the more we get done.
I'm not opposed to staff coming to meetings. I think logistically, it would be hard to have all the librarians come and give you their report every meeting. But if we can rotate, then I can be like, Vicki, it's your turn to present at the meeting. And she'll be like, okay.
Well, I just think, you know, just 5 minutes for each one, they can leave after, you know, they want to stay and play.
I'm thinking of how sometimes they're the only one at their branch. I mean, it doesn't happen here very often. But
What the scheduling is.
Well, we can arrange a schedule that they could be there too.
I
Okay.
thought, but every library here has two.
Yeah.
I don't mean.
2
it.
people, yeah.
Yeah,
So
they have,
like Laura can take over
yeah.
Blackie.
If we
Well, Jen
could
can
make
have
them
somebody take
stay there or what.
But I just think it'd be more friendly and they would, how can each librarian see another librarian?
I think Alita has a meeting with them all the time.
I do have meetings with them, not all the time. We do a lot of communicating through Messenger.
See, that's just like kids right now. They communicate through the phone. They have no idea how to sit and talk to each other.
No, they don't.
They don't.
Really, they can't even carry on a conversation.
We can give it a try and see how it works.
But I just think it'd be more family-like and
That would be nice. Let's see what kind
I
of
may
things they
make them
do.
cake.
That'd be nice.
I did have Legina and Grace and Vicky all here when I had the in-person meeting with FEMA. That was nice.
Since we've had an extra step.
Yeah. I probably should have.
That was my idea. Just, I don't, yeah, because I hardly ever see Legina and
She's out there.
I know it, but I know. I mean, that's, but she's out there and I'm in here. Hello, Gina. How you doing?
We can try it and see how it works out.
Okay, I'd really appreciate it.
You guys
And how
agree with?
Yeah, I agree with it.
You want to put that in form of motion?
And you know, I still
We don't even
want
have to do
to
a motion.
see us going to the other libraries for meeting. So you
Yeah.
could see what's going on. You know,
Yeah.
Of course, Neon is out, Black is out.
Blackie's out.
Yeah. See,
Yeah,
that's-
so it's just this one and Jenkins.
But they're still open, you know. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
Yeah, they're still open, but what I'm saying is that if we have a meeting
I know
in
people do a lot
there.
of, come in, Grace, there's a lot of people come in, they have to, like unemployment, stuff like that, they have
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
on
yeah,
computer.
yeah,
And a lot of people come in and, can I use a computer? And so it makes a big difference.
Mhm. In fact, I was wanting, well, a little with you and take a look at the Jenkins library and see the porch that they did.
Yeah.
That would, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
In fact, I told Janet, let's have coffee there sometime or what, and see how it's working. I would love to see that too. Although we could do it other than a meeting. I mean,
Yeah.
just passing through. That's where my
It'd
church
be a
is.
change.
Yeah, it would be
Always room-
nice.
Always room for
Linda,
improvement.
you still can come and have coffee with us and go.
I
take
want
coffee.
to.
Yeah, I want.
I
to,
don't want to be gone. I want to do both.
We don't want that
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
I wish we
Yeah.
could. I mean, you're welcome to continue to come to meetings.
Yeah, I would like that. Linda is just a big
We
supporter.
don't
of
charge
the
you
library.
much.
Let me see. I think the next meeting,
It's in January. I hope it doesn't snow. That's the only thing.
That's the only thing,
January
trying to do
23rd.
that
Yeah.
in winter
That's the
time.
only.
I
thing
don't think I
sometimes.
I had Jenkins in May when they were supposed to have finished the door, but they hadn't finished the door
In May
um,
last year or
yeah,
this May
I've
next
got-
year or what?
this past May. I don't have this coming May scheduled yet, but I've got through February. Do you want to have February at Jenkins? I can
That-
change it.
Okay, let's have it in Jenkins.
Okay.
So we're done with Linda, you're done with Steel Grant, so we're just talking schedules now.
Yes.
Okay, that sounds good.
They can fit
And-
under announcement.
And
Mhm. Yeah,
getting-
they are definitely. And
Me-
here we have schedule here, so it will fit there.
I'm sending a message to the people so that they can, so that they can come here for the meeting. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. The board would like the head librarians to start coming and presenting.
So not until January
their-
23rd.
Yes, because the third Monday is Martin Luther King Jr. Day and the library is closed that
Oh, is that what
day.
it is?
Yes.
Mhm.
So we always have it, we've been having it the last few years on the fourth Monday, but if that doesn't work, we can choose a different day.
Yeah, we can have it
And you-
on the second Monday, as long as you have an announcement, that's fine. You announce it, or fourth Monday.
I don't get a vote in that.
Oh,
I get
Say-
sworn in on the 28th.
really? Okay, we can have it.
The
We can
28th
have
of
it.
January,
Or we can have it before that, Linda. You could still be here.
28th of December.
December.
Oh, it's December already?
28th of December is when. we're
Oh,
being
okay, I thought you
sworn
said
in,
January. Oh, my goodness, Linda.
so.
Who will come? They'll come to Neon or will you
I
be
think
here at
that
the
there's
fiscal
several
court?
of us, I think, coming to the courthouse.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That sounds good.
because our new mayor has to be sworn in and everything too, so.
Is it a brand new slate of officers now or?
No, but there's three new
new
ones, yeah.
Magistrate or council members that.
Three new council members and the
And
new
then one
mayor.
mayor.
Okay. I've sent the message to tell them that they have to start coming to present. I don't have any announcements other than Merry Christmas. We're closing on the 23rd and we'll be opening on the 27th. And then we're doing something similar for New Year's where we've got a half day next Saturday and then we'll be closed through Monday.
Linda, we still would like to see you.
I will still come some.
Mhm.
Please. Your
Yeah,
input is greatly appreciated,
it is.
especially
I-
about Fleming Neon.
Exactly. I was about to say that.
See, that's what we need. You know.
You need to be ex officio member.
You can be an advisor
Yeah,
Okay,
without being a voter.
okay, yeah, I don't have to vote.
I want to really be involved with Fleming Neon.
I
I
want
may
to.
let you have my vote sometime.
I don't think that's legal. So we got lunch.
And we gotta
we
go
need
to
to
the
adjourn
dental.
unless-
So
appointment.
when is our meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Wait,
Uh,
wait.
When's our meeting?
I've got the 23rd.
23rd?
Mhm.
What day is that?
It's the Monday. It's the fourth Monday.
Oh, we go
Of-
for Monday.
yeah.
Okay,
Only time I'll do that
okay.
unless something comes up.
At here in Harry.
Yeah, here. And then February will be in Jenkins.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Any last things before we? Nope. Make your motion.
I make a motion with adjourn.
He's ready to adjourn.
Second?
I need a second.
Second,
Okay.
Okay.
All
Take
in
that,
favor?
take that thing to the dentist.
All
where you
opposed?
going for the dentist?
We're
Mountain
closed.
Top.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's